celebrating our connection with our pets. This is Animal Radio. Here are your hosts, Hal Abrams and Judy Francis.
Welcome, my friend. It's Animal Radio with Dr. Debbie, answering your vet medical questions. Groomer Joey Villani, animal communicator Joy Turner, and Vlade, the world-famous Russian dog wizard. And sometimes Susan Sims. It's like the vowels. Sometimes Y, sometimes Susan Sims.
Okay.
I don't know. Hey, next week, big holiday show, of course, over Christmas weekend. You'll enjoy it. We've got some special surprises set up for you. Can't tell you. Right now,
Santa Claus?
It could include Santa Claus. Santa Paws. I know before that, we still have 6 more gift baskets to give away. And today's gift basket includes a GPS tracker from Pet Tracker.
The tag, you gotta love it.
Yeah, that's small. They finally made these things small enough to put around your animal.
Yeah, for cats, too.
Also in the basket later on, we have stuff from Warren London, Auric, H2O 4K9, Overbee Farm, Planet Dog. We'll ask you to either call in or like us on our Facebook page. Head on over there. We'll pick one like today to give one of those baskets away to you.
I tried to break into the room. You can't get in.
Can't get in to see the prizes?
No, and I swallowed the key.
That's good. Feel real secure now. Good luck picking up your prizes. Hey, also on the show today, David Frei. Of course, you know him as part deux of the team that makes up the National Dog Show on Thanksgiving, along with John O'Hurley. Yeah, that guy. David Frei will be joining us today. He has a brand new book out called Angel on a Leash. We'll be talking to him in just a few minutes right here on Animal Radio. Stacey Cohen working hard in the newsroom, I think.
So if you lost your dog, would you be willing to get half naked and stand outside with a sign and not eat?
Oh, my God.
Some woman in San Diego's doing it. I'll tell you about it coming up on Animal Radio News.
She obviously doesn't have a pet tag tracker. Joey Villani, what are we going to be talking about later on?
My tip of the week is going to be how to take care of your dog's feet in the winter to keep the salt and the sand and all the other stuff out if you don't live here in sunny California or in the southern states.
What was your deal last week? Like a telephone pole fell?
It was one of those wooden poles, and
fell across your road.
Truck. Yeah, it actually. Well, I live in a cul-de-sac area. There's one way in, one way out, and where the main road meets, a truck hit it, and it came down. But the sparks. It was pretty wild. It was like 4th of July for a little while.
Well, glad to have you back this week. Hi, Beth. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
You wanted to talk to animal communicator Joy Turner?
Yes, please.
Hi, Beth. What can I do for you today?
Hi, Joy. My daughter brought me up a dog back in July, and I fell in love with him. And then on November 16th, he disappeared, and I haven't seen him since then. I had a collar with a tag on it, but he'd lost the tag just a couple of days before he disappeared. And I'm out on the farm, and I've contacted my neighbors, and I've posted signs, and I just don't know what's happened to him. Just didn't know if you had any inkling of what might be going on with him.
Well, if you can tell me his name and your city and state, I can see what I can find out for you quickly.
All right. His name is Sammy, and I live in Loudon, Tennessee.
Okay, and did you say Sammy as in S-A-M-M-Y?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, hold on just a minute here. Beth, where did you get that dog from? He feels like he's on his way trying to get back to wherever he came from.
My daughter had him in Texas, and she was moving, so she brought him up to me.
Oh, I think he's headed back to your daughter, honey.
Well, she moved to Louisiana. She's no longer in Texas.
Okay, so here's what I can do. It's going to take a lot more time than we have on air, and it will be, of course, a normal service that I provide. I can get a hold of him, talk to him. I'll need a lot more information from you and try to convince him to come back to you. He needs to know a whole bunch of things about what happened with the daughter. So if you'd like to continue with this, you can call me directly, or you can go through my website at talkwithyyouranimals.com. You can call me at 360-894-5000.
Okay. Well, I don't have anything to write it down on, but okay, you say talkwiththyanimals.com?
Go to joyturner.com. That's another one that'll be easier for you to remember. And it'll have my phone number there. Call me about this if you'd like to go ahead and have me work with him some more to get him to stop going to wherever she used to be.
Okay. All right. But he is still alive then?
That's what he shows me. He's on his way back home is what he tells me. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Thanks for your call.
Thanks, Beth. 1-866-405-8405 to connect with any one of the Dream Team right now.
This is
Animal Radio. celebrating our connection with our pets. This is Animal Radio. Here are your hosts, Hal Abrams and Judy Francis.
Say something, Judy. Come on, say something.
No.
Say something.
I've got the hiccups.
Say something.
She's been so quiet today.
She's just sitting over in the corner.
I know. I've had them all day. They won't go away.
Dr. Debbie is answering your vet medical questions. Groomer Joey Volani, animal communicator Joey Turner, and Vlade, the world-famous Russian dog wizard, all here. And Stacy Cohen working in the newsroom.
Well, you'll never guess who made their way into an emergency room.
Who?
Oh, it's Rocky. Remember Rocky the squirrel? Where's a Bullweasel that talked like that? No, it was Rocky that talked like that, but I'm not going to do it again. A flying squirrel made its way into an emergency room. I'll tell you about it coming up on Animal Radio News.
Also on the way, David Frei.
Have Vlade give that chick something to drink.
Give me some vodka, Vlade, or eggnog or something.
David, I want
Or
you
one
to
of those herbs that he has.
Yeah, that was nothing personal, David.
Nothing personal, David. She just has the hiccups here. But David Frei is on the way, of course, the other half of, what's his name? Oh, John O'Hurley. I keep forgetting his name. From the National Dog Show. They had 18 million viewers this year. And he'll be on in just a few minutes. Do you have any cures?
I was just going to mention, Judy.
Yes.
Judy, you remind me of puppies, because puppies have this endearing little habit that they commonly have the hiccups.
Uh-huh.
And I get that question all the time. Puppies will come in and people are like, oh my gosh, he has hiccups all the time. And it goes away.
Oh, good. So it'll go away.
It'll
huh?
probably go away. But there was that one guy that it never went away for.
Someone had him
hiccups
for
forever.
years. I've heard of a few people like that.
Hopefully this isn't your case, because you're in the wrong career if, if that is the situation. Also on today's show, we're giving away basket number 3, 4, and 5 of the 12 gift baskets. the 12 Dog Days of Christmas gift baskets. Got to get the name right.
Yes.
Otherwise, I get punished after the show.
12
I'm
lashes.
a bad boy. Very bad boy.
I think you mess up on purpose, Al.
We'll give away those before the end of the show. They include some good things, including the GPS Pet Tracker. There's a little GPS device that is so small that your animal won't even know it's around their neck.
Your cat can even wear it.
Technology is amazing. That's all on the way
You put
right
it on
here.
your spouse?
You can.
Put it in their pocket of their jeans when you do their laundry, and they won't even know.
Okay, now it's your turn. 1-866-405-8405. And for Dr. Debbie, we have Will on the phone. Hey, Will.
How you doing today?
Good. Where are you calling from?
Great.
I'm from Maryland, near Baltimore.
And what's going on with your animal?
We had 2 Great Danes, and both of them seem to itch a little bit, but one seems to have really more allergies than his brother does. They're 5-year-old, and they're full brothers.
Okay.
But I didn't know. We've done a little bit with their food. We've got them switched over now to salmon and sweet potato with no grain in their diet, which seemed to help a little bit. Mm-hmm. But the one just seems still to do a lot of licking and chewing, and always seemed to get up with itches and scratches. We did adopt them from another family back last February. They actually crated them a lot during the day while they were gone, and so they had a lot of pressure sores and calluses from laying in the crates and everything, and they had some licking spots. So I don't know how much is habit and how much is really allergy, and we've been trying to give them a little bit of Benadryl, and that doesn't seem to really have affected them at all. Mm-hmm. We didn't know. We heard about a spot test and didn't know if that was something we could do, or if you really should just go through the normal allergy type testing first before we did that spot test. It was supposed to be like a blood test.
So some good conversation topics here for itchy pets. Now I'm going to back up a little bit. You mentioned that, your guys had some pressure sores from being kenneled, and definitely for some dogs that have kind of what we call lick sores, it can be caused by a lot of things. So just the frustration plus the pressure of being confined can definitely kind of cause that to be more of a chronic problem. Throw in allergies into that, and yeah, you've got kind of a triple whammy on top of that. So I would hope that by having a more enhanced environment, some of that licking sore type problem might improve, but inherently there's a lot of kind of chronic problems associated with those type of lesions. So it might be another reason to kind of go at this allergy aspect. My 2 cents worth of allergy testing in dogs. By far, veterinary dermatologists will tell you that the best way to test for allergies in dogs, inhalant allergies, is by the skin patch testing, or what we call RAS testing. And that's where they inject the little blebs of the allergens under the skin and watch for a reaction. And then that's how they gauge the decision what your pet is allergic to. Now, that can be useful for inhalant allergies, but it does not help one bit for food allergies. So there are some other methods that people have come out with to try to test for food allergies, and there are some blood-based tests. And this, you mentioned the spot allergy. That is one of several different types of tests that are geared to try to give us an idea where do you start with a pet with a food allergy. The honest truth from most veterinary dermatologists is those tests do not predict what's really going on in the skin level. So what happens in the petri dish or on the SNAP test isn't necessarily the same thing in the pet. And some of these companies, they have some great research saying it can help 56% of pets that have food allergy diagnosed by these tests. Unfortunately, it does not help the other almost 50% of animals. So your best bet, if you're trying to look into an allergy case, if you can go through and if you have a dermatologist in your area, would be to do the skin patch testing for the inhalant allergies, and then to go on a true hypoallergenic food trial. And if you're just using some of the pet store or grocery brands that are kind of what they call the novel protein, where they're just like 2 ingredients, that may not be exclusive enough to really be an effective food trial. With that, we need to make sure we are using prescription food, hypoallergenic food diets that can be really valid for those purposes. So that would be using either what we call the novel protein diet method or the hydrolyzed protein method diets. 2 different schools of thought, but either one, if we follow them strictly, can be very helpful in capturing those pets that have food allergies.
But
I'm not going to slam these different tests that, are blood-based allergy testing, because I think in some areas it's better than nothing if you don't have a dermatologist around or you're not prepared to get into, true allergy testing. So it might be a step to look into, but I would much rather I haven't done blood allergy testing in my clients, or my patients, not my clients, for years, just because I have a much more strict regimen now when I recommend a food allergy trial, and if people can kind of follow that, then I feel we do a really good job at trying to rule out that possibility for some pets. And you might even, if you haven't already added in things like fatty acids into the diet, that is one great thing to do, not only to help keep the hair coat looking good, but it is a natural anti-inflammatory as well. So that might be something else to look at. And unfortunately, with medications, having Great Danes, you are destined to spend big bucks on those guys.
Yeah, well, everything's more expensive.
There's a lot of definitely a lot of opportunities and things we can try for him. It's just a matter of how you want to tackle it, how aggressive you want to get. So, best wishes to your babies, and thank you for rescuing and saving a life. This is Dr. Debbie. We're waiting for your call here at Animal Radio, 1-866-405-8405.
This portion of Animal Radio is brought to you by Stella and Chewy's. Great food for your pet, the official food of Ladybug, the studio stunt dog. I remember she was kind of finicky before Stella and Chewy's came into her life, but she eats it religiously every day now.
Don't have that problem. God, I always had a hard time trying to find something every meal that she would eat, and she'd like it once and then turn it down the next time. But this one, she's been eating consistently.
What flavor?
She likes the beef. That's her favorite. But that comes in chicken, duck, lamb. But she's a beef girl.
I'm a beef guy.
That's like me. And you never hear about recalls with Stella and Chewy's.
No, because
and you won't.
They have this process that makes sure it's pathogen free. Good thing you bring that up. It's really cool because it is 100% raw meat, and they don't have any preservatives.
I know, I have too much eggnog.
Sugar or salt. There's no grain or fillers in there. It's just good food.
This is Judy from Animal Radio. For months now, I've been telling you about the Stella and Chewy's dog food. Now I want to tell you about their cat food, made with 100% raw meat. And just like all Stella and Chewy's products, these dinners are made without grains, fillers, artificial preservatives, colorings, sugar, or salt. They come in 4 flavors: Chick Chicken, Super Beefalicious, Charming Chicken and Beef, and Yummy Lickin' Salmon and Chicken. Visit their website at StellaandChewy's.com. That's Chewy's, CHEWYS.com.
Provide your pet protection from biting pests with an easy once-a-month application. Advantage 2 quickly kills fleas within 12 hours on cats and dogs. K9 Advantage 2, for dogs only, repels and kills ticks, fleas, mosquitoes, repels biting flies, and kills lice. Advantage 2 and K9 Advantage 2 are waterproof and kill all flea life stages. Advantage 2 and Canine Advantage 2 are available at your veterinarian or favorite pet specialty retailer and are registered trademarks of Bayer.
If you're a homeowner 62 or older with a fixed or limited income and you're having trouble making ends meet or simply want some financial freedom, I've got some very important information for you. Henry Winkler here, and I want to tell you how One Reverse Mortgage can help you get the financial flexibility you're looking for. Homeowners 62 and older can use the equity from their home to access tax-free cash without having to make a monthly mortgage payment. Use it to pay bills, fix up your home, or simply have more financial security. And you still own your home. Take the next step. Call One Reverse Mortgage now and get your free guide and DVD with no obligation.
800-550-9788. 800-550-9788. 800-550-9788.
One Reverse Mortgage, Equal Housing Lender, Licensed Mortgage Lender, National Mortgage Licensing System number 2052, not available in all states, client responsible for maintenance, taxes, and insurance.
It is the Animal Radio Dream Team roasting our chestnuts around the fire. 1 week away from Christmas, and I'm going to start my Christmas shopping actually in, 4 days?
In 1 week, yeah. 6 days.
Have you finished all your shopping there, Vlad?
You know what? It's interesting enough. My son, Vladlin, also, he been with me in the dog training from the 5 years old.
Really?
Now, yes, he's a wonderful kid. And he's just a sweet boy. I always wanted to have a daughter. My wife brought me 2 boys, but that kid, it's just amazing one. I have a second kid, also wonderful. Both of them wonderful in a different way, but this one is like a Labrador Retriever, another one more like a German Shepherd. But back to the blood, he started to dating wonderful, beautiful American girl.
Oh.
And now, we're involved in all this, her mother and father, and all this American traditions more and more, and buying the gifts. So it's a really very exciting time for our family right now.
Oh, you're really acclimating so well. I mean, just to think, a few years ago you were in what was pretty much another country, Michigan.
Yeah, that's. Do you think our listeners know what the Michigan is? Oh, I'm sure they know it, because in California most of the people don't know. They believe Michigan is somewhere like Algiers or somewhere in another country. at the worst case scenario, at the best case scenario, somewhere between California and New York. I achieved everything what I could in Michigan. Even was
there's only so much you can achieve, really, in Michigan.
It was, but I don't think I could achieve much more. I was a Michigan governor honor trainer. My clients were all Red Wings, most of them, and a lot of TV and radio Red Wings and Steve Eiserman and all of them. There? Sport teams and big celebrities and TV and radio and everyone there. But I always was thinking about something more. That's why I moved in California, and I'm testing some doggy game show with Animal Planet. If it's not gonna go, I have another things in my sleeve. So I really would love to do something more, and I truly enjoy my work. And again, I am proving myself that I'm one out of the best, even in California, where there's more competition than back in Michigan. And what makes them a big difference is that I am addressing the real cause of the problem. I'm not fighting with the symptoms, people.
Let's hit the phones. 1-866-405-8405. At the other end of that phone line, Dr. Debbie answering your vet medical questions. Groomer Joey Volani, animal communicator Joy Turner, and Vlade, the world-famous Russian dog wizard.
Hi, Andy.
Hi, Roddy. How are you?
Good. Where are you calling me from?
Well, I actually live in Michigan. I got one of those funny Michigan accents as well. But I'm actually calling you from Baltimore today. I'm a truck driver, and I'm just down here loading up some rather nice Porsches, but I'm on my way back to Michigan. And I got a question about a new puppy we got.
What's the question you have?
Well, basically what it is, we have a total of 5 dogs. And the other 4 are all adults, and they're fine, and we have a bunch of other pets as well. We got this puppy, I guess he's about 6 months old now. And the problem we have with him, he's outside most of the day with the other dogs while the weather's nice and everything. And then when we bring him in, he has this habit of about 5 minutes after he comes in the house, he'll go to the same spot every day and urinate.
Okay, so let me fix that problem with the speed of Russian ballistic missile. You know, that missile works really well. For the last in a while, the world probably learn it. Anyway, Andy, what you need to do, it's so simple. Make sure every time the puppy comes home, you put the dog in the crate. Every time when you cannot supervise the puppy in the crate. That spot needs to be washed with Petastic. P-E-T, help me please. P-E-T-S, something like this.
A-S-T-I-C.
Yeah, because asking the Russian to spell is like asking the cat to swim. So, but this is one of the best products. Yeah, simple solution will works too. So, Get Serious works. So make sure it's enzyme-based stuff. You clean this area. After that, I would like you to put the bowl with the food and feed the dog in that area. Dogs, as the humans, they don't like to eat hamburgers in the bathroom. So basically, if you're gonna if you're gonna start to feed your dog in that area, supervise it when you cannot. Keep your eyes on the dog and let the dog go outside. The dog going to be very quickly switched into the right habits. Make sure if for the next 1 week you will not allow that problem happen, and the only way you will not allow it to happen if you will supervise it. If you can't supervise it, puppy must be in the crate. The area needs to be cleaned. You need to start to feed the dog in that area and also do sit, stay, and down, stay in that area. Everything together will very quickly fix your problem. Andy, you have a little bit more accent than the Michigan accent. You have kind of European accent, so you kind of...
Yeah, I'm from England.
I mean, that's what I suspected, you know. you probably, didn't want to tell me up front because,
Oh, that's fine. I've been in the States 17 years and the accent won't go, so,
but it's okay. It's okay. My accent is worse than yours. So thank you.
Yours is just very slight. So.
Very slight. We have slight differences, but my European friend, thank you for calling. This is the Vladi from Animal Radio. If any one of you guys or girls have a dog who is all out of control, please pick up the phone and call me right now, because the Vladi is right now in the studio and I am on call and I'm going to fix every behavior problem in dogs, one dog at a time, here on the Animal Radio. The phone number is 866-405-8405.
Hi, who's this?
This is Ariel.
What was your name?
Ariel.
Hi, Ariel. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Where are you calling from today?
Orange County, down in Irvine.
You sound like you're in a giddy mood, too.
I'm okay with it. I have a funny question of a funny cat.
Well, we have a funny vet, and her name's Dr. Deb, and she's on with us right now.
Okay,
well, hey
great.
there.
Hi.
What do you got going on with your kitty?
Okay, I have a Siamese cat named Sushi. She's about 2 years old, and she has a problem with sucking her tail, to the point where the tip is discolored, and I don't know what to do or why she's doing it.
Okay, well, this is a fun call. And how old is Sushi?
I think she's about probably just over 2 years.
Okay, and has she been doing this behavior since you've had her?
Yeah, pretty much. I adopted her rescue from about 7 months ago.
Okay.
And I didn't really notice it until lately.
Alrighty, so you're probably noticing her like you're laying in bed and you've got a wet, cold tail slapping on you or something like that.
Right, and it's discolored now. It's turned from brown to red.
Does she have any other habits where she sucks on like clothing or any other parts of her body or your body?
No, just that massage thing with the paws.
Okay, so she does a little happy feet thing.
Making biscuits, huh?
Yeah.
Yes. And that's very normal. That's the sign of a happy cat there.
Okay, good.
So the tail sucking phenomenon, and this is kind of interesting. And when you first said you had a Siamese cat, that just sent up all the red flags, because Siamese cats they're very special.
Yeah, they are.
I love them to death, but they definitely have some kind of loose neuron going on there. And tail sucking is one of those behaviors we see a lot with them. Some people believe that it's somehow something that they lacked when they were nursing and they didn't have enough contact with their mom. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that. We can actually see that more with problems when they're truly just bored. And they just kind of turn to that as kind of a soothing behavior, and they find some self-satisfaction in that. It kind of makes them feel good.
Oh, God, I'm a bad mom.
No, but there are things that we can do to try to, decrease that possibility. And it's kind of hard because there's a lot of different factors we can look at, whether it's, she's bored and whether she's doing it for attention. Because actually some cats will do this to get a rise out of us. You start yelling at them, wagging your hands at them, squirting water, whatever it might be. And it's actually negative reinforcement for that behavior. So have you tried doing anything so far for this?
Well, I guess I need to stop the football kick, huh?
How far can you get them?
Actually, I tickle her tummy is what I do, because I thought it was cute until I noticed it started turning colors.
Now, do you tickle her tummy when she does this, or to...
Just to get her to stop doing it.
Okay. See, now, and that actually could be seen as a successful attention-seeking behavior, because she's getting a response that she likes out of that behavior. So when she does that, we don't want to give her undue attention.
Got it.
We actually want to try to give her other ways, and if we can't eliminate the sucking behavior, it's completely possible. Some cats we cannot. And some Siamese love to do this. So we want to give her alternatives. So I would encourage you, we'd like to look for things such as Kitty Kong type toys. You can use types that you can put little treats in, little snackies, make it so that she has to work for her food. We want scheduled playtime for her. Things like the cat dancer, the feather toys, things where we can get her active and doing things.
Some catnip.
And if she... Yeah, all of that type of thing. And if she starts to do something that's close to sucking on that tail, we want to redirect it into something else. And I actually have some cats that I will use kitty lollipops, I call them. And they're not really lollipops, but you can actually get little rawhide chews, such as for dogs, and train her to that. And for a lot of cats, they still have this oral urge to chew and to lick, and you can redirect it to something like the rawhide chew.
Yeah, I guess that's how I got to break myself sucking my thumb.
Yeah, and definitely we don't want her to be picking up any habits off of you there. So
started to wonder if I was an influence.
So much of what we do rubs off on our pets, so that is so true.
I wonder, I hear about this a lot. I hear about Siamese cats, and I hear that they could have obsessive compulsive disorder. It's really possible for cats to have OCD. Is that true?
Oh, absolutely. And this is one of the instances where we can see that, where it's kind of a repetitive behavior, but they get some pleasure from it. So, there are some cats that I will pursue along this avenue, and we'll actually go into behavior modifications and medicine if necessary. So if some of these things we just talked about don't help, then we might try something like the Kitty-Prozac, clomipramine, amitriptyline. There are some medicines that we can turn to, but we realize with the Siamese, we've got some kind of genetic barriers there, and we may not ever get rid of the behavior. We might be best to redirect it, control it somewhere.
Well, she fits in our family. Yeah. We all have OCD.
Well, that's good. And Siamese are so much fun. They're entertaining cats, but they do kind of come with their own little behavior peculiarities. So
yeah, they're adorable.
You just have a quirky cat there, Ariel.
I know. Yeah. I know.
We thank you for your call today. 1-866-405-8405.
Animal Radio is brought to you by Natural Balance Pet Food, the finest food you can buy for the health of your pet. No matter which line of Natural Balance Pet Food you choose, you know it will truly be the food for a lifetime. Visit www.naturalbalance.net to learn more.
This is an Animal Radio News Update brought to you by Pets Life Oral Care. Now there's a healthy and natural solution to prevent oral disease in your pet with no brushing required.
I'm Stacy Cohen for Animal Radio. So when you think of cattle rustling, you think of the Old West. Cattle rustlers are casting aside saddle and spurs for modern horsepower now, and they're roaming the West with four-wheel drive and GPS technologies in a resurgence of livestock thievery that's considered a hanging offense on the old frontier. We talked about this a couple weeks ago about pigs that were being taken, And now they're taking cows. State livestock officials said the increase in cattle crimes was linked to the slumping economy, soaring beef prices, and the advent of handheld global positioning systems that allow rustlers to more easily navigate the wide open range. They said that contemporary thieves may find it a little more convenient and lucrative to pick off a couple cows worth as much as $2,000 a head than to rob a convenience store. When the market is extremely high, the bad guys come out. Idaho State Brand Inspector Larry Hayhurst said that the incidence of cattle gone missing under suspicious circumstances in Idaho during the past 3 months had already surpassed the 250 such reports that he had gotten all of last year. That coincides with spikes in cattle thefts in Colorado, Montana, Nevada, Wyoming, and elsewhere. So, I guess moral of this story is keep your friends close and your cattle closer. Something like that. Workers at a New Jersey hospital had an unexpected visit last night when a flying squirrel made its way into the emergency department. Okay, I would be better instantly. I don't care if I was on my back with a heart attack. Anything goes flying over my head, I am up and out of there. Officials say the animal became trapped inside Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital in Rahway. 2 firefighters were eventually able to capture the animal, release it into some nearby woods. It's apparently the second time in a couple weeks a flying squirrel has gotten into the emergency room, and they're believing that there's probably a nest somewhere in that hospital. New Haven, Connecticut police officers responding to a domestic disturbance call discovered a 4-foot-long alligator living inside an apartment. Police say the alligator was apparently just a family pet. Everybody carries one of those around. You know what? If you're in Florida, it is a family pet. But when you're in Connecticut, that's just bizarre. It was removed from the home by state environmental protection officials. Police say it's going to be up to the state to determine whether the residents of the apartment will face charges for harboring a dangerous reptile in their home. What can you do with an alligator? You know, yeah, it's a conversation piece, but after that, I mean, there's not much you can do with it. Make some boots out of it, a purse. No, I'm kidding. Don't get upset. I'm Stacey Cohen. Get more animal breaking news at animalradio.com.
This has been an Animal Radio News Update brought to you by Pets Life Oral Care. Our pets can show signs of oral disease by age 3. Pets Life is the healthy and natural solution with no brushing required. Visit petslife.com. That's pets with a Z.com. Did you know that 80% of dogs show signs of oral disease by age 3? And the cost to fix these issues can be up to $1,000. Now there's a healthy, natural, and affordable solution. And no brushing is required. Pets Life Oral Care breaks down the plaque and tartar that leads to gum disease and bad breath. To avoid those large vet bills and keep your pet healthy, call 888-453-4682. That's 888-453-4682. Or visit petslife.com. That's pets with a Z.com.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more at animalradio.com. Log on. Learn more.
One 405-8405 to connect with any one of the Dream Team here at Animal Radio. Dr. Debbie answering your vet medical questions. Looking very festive for the holidays. Groomer Joey Villani also in studio, as well as animal communicator Joy Turner and Vladi, the world-famous Russian dog wizard. I just realized why they're not keeping the gift baskets in studio. There's too many of them, I guess. That would be...
There would be no room for us.
No room. But this basket that we're going to be giving away in the next hour includes the Auric Pure Air candles, the Podicure polish pens by Warren London, from Digging Your Dog, the dehydrated pumpkin, and from, what is this, H2O 4K9? Which is the company name? What is that, Judy? Is the company name H2O 4K9?
Yes, that's it.
The water bottle?
Yes.
I know, I've seen you use this all around. So
it's a great travel water bottle. It's got the built-in lid. You just pour the water in the lid, and your dog drinks right out of it, and you can pour any unused back in, so you don't waste it.
From HipFlex, Overbee Farms, HipFlex. That's the joint supplement from Nature Vet. Good stuff, by the way. It tastes like cherries because it's made from cherries. We found out last week.
Where are you keeping these baskets?
They're locked up in the other room. I've got the key. You guys can't get in there.
She's real...
They keep them in the safe.
Yeah.
Let's see. I got to make sure we got everything here. I know that you're adding this week for cat lovers that piece of furniture that this actually doesn't fit into the basket. It's a piece of furniture to hide your cat litter.
It's a designer cat box.
A designer cat box.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
They are nice.
Because that is a pain in the neck, that big bag that you usually got to put somewhere else and then, drag it to the litter box.
You know what I hate about the litter around here, and I got to tell you, and I don't know if this happens at your home or not, but we clean the litters, and then the cats use them. They want a clean litter to go with, so they have to do it twice.
Yeah, but then they get in there and then they scratch it all out and it's all over the floor. But this designer cat box, you can hide it so you don't have to look at it and smell it. And then if they scratch it, it stays inside and you can just lift the lid and clean it at your own. And they're doing a holiday sale now where people can get $30 off.
Oh, and what's the name of the company?
Designer Cat Box, and it's designercatbox.com.
And remember, if you're doing this shopping like I am this week before Christmas, all of these great ideas over the website at animalradio.com. We also add to the basket the Orbi Glow Bone from Planet Dog. Great organization, by the way. Planet Dog gives a lot of money to some great, very worthy animal organizations. And we add this week the Pet Tracker from Tag, the Tag Pet Tracker. And this is a GPS device. SnapTrax is the company that makes this, and Dave Vigil is joining us. Hi, Dave. Welcome to the show.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for the invite.
Okay, so tell us, what is Tag? It's a GPS tracker, and I've seen some of these before. They're kind of big, usually.
Well, I think as you can tell by looking at it, we took a lot of time in designing it, and you're absolutely correct. All the other products that came before Tag the Pet Tracker were bulky and really just blocks of plastic. And we built a product that was absolutely purpose-built for the pets in our lives. And we wanted to make it easy to use and comfortable and lightweight and all the things that pet owners and pet lovers told us they wanted in a product.
Okay, so can we go online and find out where our animals are? And does it use GPS and cellular phone? What is the technology behind it?
Absolutely. It's powered by Qualcomm technology, so it's the same chip that are in many of the phones all over the world. So you will get an alert when your pet walks away from your tag zone that you create, and you'll get it by SMS or you'll get it by email, and anybody else that you want to put on your list as well to help you find your pet and locate it when it wanders away.
We can go online to view not only the tag tracker, but can we go online to view where our animal is?
Yes, absolutely. So you would set up your account. So tag.com, TAGG.com is where you would go to buy the product. And then when it shows up, we've already pre-populated the address that you ship to, so we made it very easy for the users. That's the other thing we've heard. And then you would just attach it to the existing collar. That's something we wanted to make sure that could happen. It only weighs an ounce.
Wow. Gotta love that. The technology has come along so much.
Oh, it really has. And what your listeners won't be able to tell by listening, you have to go online, and even online you won't really see it. The wings that come out the side are actually very flexible and they bend. And that's where the antenna is located. So we've used the state-of-the-art technology. It absolutely is the cutting edge, and we brought that to the pet industry.
Now, I got to ask you this, and I probably should have asked you before I brought you on the air here, but my dog goes out into the ocean a lot. Is this technology that's safe?
Absolutely. So we're located near the ocean, and we tested a lot of dogs in the water, and it absolutely is waterproof.
God, that's so awesome.
I love it. And what are these things?
Mandatory.
It should be.
I know. When you get a pet, because how many pets end up in the shelter? Just soon after people get, especially after Christmas time, where everyone gets a pet, and if they had something like this, they could find it right away and know it's safe. The only thing that I'm worried about, Dave, is when I'm walking my dog now, or when I tell my wife I'm walking my dog, can she find me?
Yes, she can.
You
be
are
able to know where you are. But the interesting thing about this, that what we've tried to do, another thing where we really listen to the pet owners of what they wanted is if let's take that example you just gave where you go on a walk, but your wife is somewhere else and out shopping or at work or wherever, and that would send a breach notice, and so anybody that you put on your notifications would say, oh, wait a minute, the dog has escaped. Well, we've put at the top of the device a trip button, so you would push that button before you go on a walk, and then it would suppress that breach so it doesn't cry wolf, if you will, and let a bunch of people worry unnecessarily.
Oh, clever.
Yeah. But what you need to know is the device is absolutely alert and awake, and so if while you're out on a walk and the dog, we know that's when they're prone many times to break off their leash and chase something, back out of their collar, whatever the situation is, it still can you can still track your dog at that point in time, and just like if it ran away from your house when you weren't there.
It works even on cats that are over 10 pounds, cats or dogs. And how much does something like this cost?
Well, we've got a couple specials going right now, as you can imagine, for the holiday season, because we want to keep these loved ones out of shelters as well.
Sure.
And so it's $99 for the hardware, and that includes 1 month of service.
Wow.
And then it's $7.95 a month thereafter.
That is a great deal.
That's awesome.
And that's is that like $100 off? What did it usually cost?
Well, that's what we tried to do. Is that when you look at it, we also wanted to take into account multiple pet families, because we found that many people have multiple pets, as you know better than I do. And so for those individuals, the second tracker and the third tracker, it's $89, and then it's only $1 extra a month. So it's a family plan, if you will.
Go check out the website right now, and remember, everything we've talked about on today's show is over at the website at animalradio.com. Yes, sir.
You just gave me great ideas for some good Christmas gifts right now.
Yeah, I know.
Pet owners that I know. That's great.
Yeah, and we did. We added, if you buy now through the end of the year, we've got an extended warranty, because we know people like to put them under Christmas trees.
Oh, yeah.
And so you can buy a gift pack, and then we're also giving you a bunch of tag goodies if you buy now. It's like a $40 value you get between now and the end of the holiday season.
Good equipment and a great deal. We'll put the information at the website. Dave Vigil joining us, president of Snap Tracks, and it is the Tag Pet Tracker. We're going to put one in the basket to give away, and in fact, I'm thinking let's go ahead and give away the second basket right now at 1-866-405-8405. The second basket for the 12 Dog Days of Christmas right now, toll free, 1-866-405-8405.
Animal Radio is brought to you by...
New from Bayer Animal Health. Advantage 2 quickly kills fleas within 12 hours. Canine Advantage 2 for dogs only repels and kills ticks, fleas, mosquitoes, repels biting flies, and kills lice. Both products are waterproof and kill all flea life stages. Advantage 2 and Canine Advantage 2 are registered trademarks of Bayer.
When I went looking for a quality allergen-free dog food for Roscoe, a friend told me about canine caviar. Being a born skeptic, I examined every ingredient and, most importantly, made sure it drove our dog's taste buds crazy. Here's the lowdown. Canine caviar is holistic, allergen-free, with raw dehydrated meats, herbs, fish oil, and flaxseed for health and joint support. Good food for Roscoe from a company I can trust. Ask your pet store for Canine Caviar. Learn more at caninecaviar.com.
Celebrating 7 years as the finest resource site for aging dogs, cats, and their owners, SeniorPetProducts.com provides the latest news, information, and products for the life of your pet. At SeniorPetProducts.com, you'll find everything your aging pets need, and our friendly support staff ready to answer your questions. New customers enter promo code SAVE25 on our homepage or at checkout to receive 25% off your entire order. The most trusted authority on all things senior pet. SeniorPetProducts.com.
Fido Friendly, the travel and lifestyle magazine for you and your dog, presents its annual 25 Days of Gift Giving. Every day in December, you can log on to enter for your chance to win the featured gift of the day. The December issue features contests, adoption stories, destination reviews, where to dine Fido al fresco style, and the perfect ski town to visit with your furry best friend. Visit their website for a free online preview at www.fidofriendly.com and find out what all the barking's about.
This is
Animal Radio, baby.
One week away from Christmas.
Oh, I'm not ready.
Many people going out and getting animals for their friends or for their lovers
gifts, yeah.
as gifts. Not something I'd recommend that you do without the person that you're getting it for with you to help select. A dog showing up on your doorstep that you didn't request, maybe not the breed that you want, is not really a gift.
People follow emotions and not the logics. People, when you're emotional, you cannot be logical. And this is the problem. And make sure, it's a major rule. If you want to give the gift to anyone, make sure the gift needs to be very pleasant and expected. In this situation, my biggest advice is regarding pets, gift must be expected. And you need to look at your friend, situation. If your friend has a big backyard, small backyard, busy style of life, or he is a couch potato, like you say in America, and considering everything, you can pick for him the right dog. And we always encourage and go to the shelters. We have a lot of pets there, but there are some exceptions. Sometimes people like Barack Obama, for instance, they just, decided, Barack Obama, yeah?
Yeah, I've heard the name before. Yeah.
It's our president. He's very popular in Russia, by the way. In Russia, we have a saying, bend the iron until Barack Obama in the office. It means get done everything in our relationship.
Oh, okay.
Because, he's very popular back in Russia right now.
Better popularity rating in Russia than he has here, I bet.
Yeah, I guess so. But, I know sometimes people who listen to us are thinking it's a bad way, but I think Russia, as the high-ranking member of the pack, is deserved to have a second position, because United States must to lead and the rest of the world must to follow. I believe in that. But I don't believe, like under President Bush leadership, Russia was pushed into this, to the group of the Chihuahuas and the Shih Tzus and things like that. And of course, Russian pit bull, or Russian mastiff, whatever you call it, could not get along, could not just put up with this type of stuff. So now things goes much smoother. But back to the holiday, so we do suggest the people look at the breed trace before you giving the gifts to your relatives and friends. No emotions, just logics, please.
Maybe you could take your friend to the shelter. You two can go to the shelter together and select an animal.
Yeah, I got an idea. Get a Christmas card and put a note in there that you'll pay adoption fees.
Like a gift certificate.
Like a gift certificate. Yeah. Just write a note that you'll pay adoption fees and let them select it themselves.
And the three quick tests you can make immediately when you go to the shelter. And again, you don't need to just rescue the animal because you just want to rescue, because from the love to the hate is just one step. You want to rescue the animal and keep that animal. So that is why come in and just look first what you like, of course, but after that compare them. Just do the social test, see how the dog is friendly with you. You don't want to have a dog who can be kind of shy away from you, or wants to, or even growl at you and things like that. Also make sure the dog is well fed and do little things, intelligent tests, see how he does seed for the cookie, and make decisions based on that.
Vlade, we're going to put these tips over at the website. Anybody that wants to look at them, animalradio.com is our website. 1-866-405-8405 is our phone number, and it's toll free.
Hey, this is Davy Jones here on Animal Radio. Just want to say look after those animals because they look after you. Have a great time. See you soon. Bye.
Hi, this is Emmylou Harris on Animal Radio. Please spay and neuter your pet.
And Judy, we have another one for Debbie. Dr. Debbie, is that correct?
Yes, it's Debbie.
Her name is Debbie. Hi, Debbie. Welcome to the show.
Hi, good afternoon. Thanks so much. I'm kind of desperate.
Okay, what do you have going on there?
Okay, real quick. I have an 8-year-old male Maine Coon, neutered. A female 4-year-old Maine Coon, neutered. And this past year, I got a kind of mixed breed with Siamese male, also all neutered. He is now 8 months old.
Okay.
And I have a really big problem with him spraying. And I have gone to the vet. They treated him for a UTI a couple of months ago. I have him on the prescription cat food. I have them all on it for urinary. I have 3 litter boxes. I've tried pheromones, the plug-in, and a collar. I went back to basically treating him like he was a kitten again, every few hours putting him back in the litter box.
Okay.
But as of, I was on vacation last week, and when I came home, a total corner of my dining room, it was drenched.
Okay.
And I also do daycare, and I have like those pack-and-play cribs. And I'm assuming it was him. One of the cribs I had to just throw away.
Okay, so you do daycare for children or animals?
Yes. No, for children.
Okay. I got to ask because I have people who don't do daycare
fine.
here.
That's fine.
Okay, and so none of these kitties go outside?
Never.
And do you have any outdoor kitties in your immediate area? Any kind of feral cats around?
Not that I can tell. We're in northern Florida, but I haven't seen any other cats around. He peed on my couch a few times many months ago, but that's when I took him to the vet. And at like 6 months old, they said he had crystals in his urine, which is kind of weird for a kitten.
Well, not necessarily. I see them that young that can have these issues. And then, so when he's urinating now, when you sit in the dining room and even on the couch that time, was it on the top of the furniture or the top of, or is it on the wall? Like, is he shooting? Is he spraying it, or is it on a horizontal surface?
It's basically he's spraying. He's not shooting it on the wall. He's peeing straight down.
Okay.
But then I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, because that can be an area of distinction when we're trying to do the sleuth work here. So when cats are urinating, we call vertical marking. So they're standing, raising that tail and posturing, and they're shooting against the wall. That's a vertical marking, and that's generally something behavioral we'll look at. But if they're doing horizontal urination, it could be either. So I'm very curious. If he's had any degree of urinary infection or urinary crystals, that's going to be tantamount, the number one thing that I would be really focused on. The trick is this medical versus behavioral crossover. So the medical side, I think you really need to look into this more, and that would entail taking x-rays. It would entail, getting a fresh urine sample, even culturing his urine. Because if he's got any degree of that kind of problem going on, you can have chronic problems. And some kitties can have such angst over pain that they experience in their urinary tract when they have an infection or they have crystals, that it will actually give them a bad taste for using that litter pan in the future. And when given the opportunity, hey, that corner in that bed or that room looks very appealing. I'm going to take that spot as a toilet area because last time I went in this litter box, God, it hurt like hell when I went. So kind of put yourself in the kitty's mind in that way, and they really can have a negative association with the litter box if they have a medical problem at any point. So some of the tricks that I would say that do involve the environment are going to be, you have 3 boxes, hey, add a 4th. Our general rule is the number of cats plus 1 is the number of boxes you need to have. And I would say we want to make sure they're at least in 2 different locations in the house. So
they are.
That
they're
will be
in 3 different corners of my house.
Good. And then we want to make sure that we are kind of removing covers. We're changing litter substrate. The size of the litter pan for a kitty ought to be 1.5 times their body length, at least. So the good majority of litter pans at the pet stores can actually be too small for our kitties. So if you have a bigger size kitty, then we sometimes have to get more creative with plastic storage boxes.
I mean, my Maine Coon, the male, is about 25 pounds. He's a big boy. I just kind of lay awake at night. He's basically ruined my couch. And I've gotten every kind of treatment for the floors, and I don't want to give him up. He's a beautiful cat. I love him to death. But then I begin to wonder whether it's a male thing.
And I'd say the hard thing is really this whole previous urinary infection thing. So if I could tell you right now that your cat has no urinary infection, no crystals, no problem along that road, what I will tell you is that cats can have problems with urinating, and especially urine marking, and it's a passive form of aggression. So it's kind of like, putting the kitty middle finger up to the other cats in the house. So what you got to do is think like the kitty, and if they are, and especially if you're seeing any other kinds of social hierarchy problems where there's, maybe physical demonstrations, the protecting of resources, we need to go beyond that and go well beyond providing their needs. So that may mean giving them more vertical play spots, more perching sites, because that's a place for cats to kind of find that easy private zone. The more of those you have can actually help decrease stress with cats. As well as also, that's where the litter pans and any other kind of food resources, extra bowls. And we have to watch the floor plan of the house, because I have a lot of folks that'll tell me, I have 5 litter pans in the house. But if they are strategically in an area where a cat does not want to go down a hallway to have to encounter cat B, that can be a real problem. So you have to look at that floor plan, make sure that there's easy access without any kind of cat-to-cat interface there. Kind of give them that kind of way to blow off steam and get away from the other kitty.
Well, I do see that with the female. She's been completely cowed ever since we got him, even though he was a tiny kitten. But and he knows he can mess around with her too now, And he'll be in a sound sleep. She walks across the floor, and he jumps up and charges her, to scare her away. That was something else. The woman from the rescue said that, I guess when all is said and done, Prozac. What do you think about that?
Behavior medicine definitely has its place, and I have a lot of kitties on Prozac and similar drugs. But my first choice is definitely make sure, rule out the medical, do the environmental enrichment, environmental changes, and then we look at the medication as an option. So if there's rooms to improve upon either of those other things, then I would definitely look at that. But I'd say, let's get this baby a clean bill of health with the vet. Make sure that urine is clean and that we don't have any lingering problems there.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Debbie, for your call today. We hope that works for you. Let us know.
Thanks, I definitely will. Thanks so much.
Have a good day.
Yeah, thanks. You too.
1-866-405-8405 to connect with anyone of the Dream Team right now.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more at animalradio.com. Log on. Learn more.
This is
Animal Radio.
Joey Villani from Animal Planet and Dogs 101, and now, of course, the pinnacle of his career, Animal Radio. Has a tip, as he does every week. By the way, we missed you last week. We understand that a tree fell down, a light pole fell down or something.
Light pole.
No, that was good.
Original.
It is original. I think that's probably the first time I've heard that. But anyway, you're back, and you have a tip for this week.
See how we
It's
are.
going to be like that. Hey, listen, we're going to give away another basket today. In fact, we're going to give away 3 by the end of the day, 2 before the end of the show. I'll just ask you to call in. It'll be that simple for you to win this. It has the Auric Pure Air candles in it this week, the Podicure Polish pens from Warren London, the Dehydrated Pumpkin from Digging Your Dog, the H2O Canine
Come on, Hal.
the H2O 4K9 water bottle. There's a lot of numbers and letters there. There, you put them in order.
Put them in any order you want.
Okay. Also, we just added the Orbi Glow Bone from Planet Dog and the Tag GPS. The Tag Pet GPS. You know, I should pre-read this.
Yeah, Hal.
Before I go on the air. The Tag Pet Tracker. This is a GPS system for your animal, and also in the basket from Overby Farm, the Hip Flex. All
Good
before the end of the show.
stuff.
Yes, there's a lot of stuff. And the list. In fact, we reserve the right to add more things to that basket before you come to pick it up or we send it to you. Okay? It's that simple. Okay, if you're like me and you wait till the last second to do your shopping, you can still overnight stuff. Have a week until Christmas. That's, of course, if I don't make it to 7-Eleven before then.
Yeah, I know. Usually hit them up at midnight, Hal. I'm tired of getting those little Christmas tree deodorizers that hang from my car's mirror.
Well, this year I'm getting my stuff from seniorpetproducts.com. So
I'll get some good stuff then.
Quite a bit,
yeah.
yes. And I've saved 25%. That's actually why I'm shopping there, is because I get this big discount.
Yeah, you're always looking for the discounts.
And it's not like an employee.
Get me something there, too.
Well, you can get the discount, too. Everybody can get this. It's not an employee discount. It's not like a radio star discount or anything like that. This is for
a
everybody.
radio star. Good thing we wouldn't get it either.
So head on over to the website at seniorpetproducts.com and put in SAVE25. That's your secret code right there. The promo code is SAVE25, and you'll save 25% off your entire purchase. There you go. Joey Villani, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Senior Pet Products.
You know what's maybe not here in California so much, but the rest of the country now, winter is upon us. And the most important thing that you can do for your pet now is you have to take care of their feet. Now, when I was back in New Jersey, the snow, the salt, and the sand were the 3 worst things for your pet's feet. And remember one thing, if your pet don't have 4 good feet, they don't have anything, because it's hard for them to walk. So what I tell everyone, there's 2 things that you really need to do. Number 1, very important, to make sure their nails are clipped. And it has nothing to do with anything else I'm talking about, but I figured I'd throw that in there anyway.
Thank you.
The most important thing, though, you could do after that, you want to moisturize these pads. You want to get some Vaseline, and you want to work it into your pet's feet and give them a good foot massage. Now, what is this going to do, Hal? I know that you're thinking, you're saying to yourself, what the hell is he talking about? Well, what it's going to do, it's going to keep the feet from getting irritated from the salt. What happens is when the pads are real dry, the salt will stay in those cracks. cracks. So what'll happen is now your dog is going to go in. They're going to start licking. They're going to start chewing because it's going to irritate. And also, believe it or not, they like the taste of it. So you want to keep you want to keep them from chewing on it. No, they do. They like their pads with a little bit of salt and sometimes pepper. But anyway, you want to keep the salt out. So by moisturizing, what it's going to do, it's going to tighten up because you're going to get rid of the cracks. It's going to give your pet nice, healthy feet, so they're not going to chew on it. The other thing is just from the cold. You know what happens to your skin in the cold, and it starts to, it starts to crack and it starts to itch. Well, the same thing with their feet. The same thing is going to happen. If you do this and you take care of your dog's feet, you're not going to have to worry about them chewing. You're not going to have to worry about them biting. You're not have to go to Dr. Deb as much. I'm sorry, Dr. Deb, but sometimes I got to throw out these little grooming tips that we do, and we actually do this in the salon in the winter. What we did in New Jersey anyway is we would offer a whole foot therapy, and a lot of people thought it's a lot of malarkey, but it's not. It was actually really good, and the pets liked it and seemed to enjoy it, and and that's it. A pedicure. If you like your pedicure, well, how about them?
Joey Villani is going to save you a whole hell of a lot of money right here on Animal Radio. Remember, his tips are over at the website at animalradio.com.
Celebrating our connection with our pets. This is Animal Radio. Here are your hosts, Hal Abrams and Judy Francis.
And the whole dream team is here, and animals. Mika is in tow. She is so cute. She's just sitting down next to you.
Yes, she is. Mika, what are you doing, baby? Right? You're enjoying, right? Yeah, she is.
That, of course,
and this is not the sound effects. This is the real dog.
Yes, it is.
We're so good. We're so. I just want to say we are so real here. Everyone has his own pets, and every pet has its own bed. But Lady Buck always has privileges, and
well, of course.
Yeah, of course.
So what's your point?
Yeah, I mean, it's her home turf is what's going on there.
She's right by me.
But it is amazing, and I don't know if you get to bring your animals to work like we get to bring our animals to work, but they all seem to get along pretty well.
The cats and the dogs, the cats are up on top of the desk in their beds, and the dogs are on the floor.
That, of course, is because Vlade trained all the dogs.
Yes, it is. And I'm not spokesperson for the cats, so you know that. So I'm just talking about the dogs. And the Hell is a cat trainer, so he trained his cat really well.
Huh.
Yes, he did.
And Joy Turner, she bridges the gap between our animals here. She's our animal communicator. We also have groomer Joey Villani and Dr. Debbie answering your vet medical questions. And Stacy Cohn, she's our news director here. And believe me, if she comes knocking at your door, she calls you. You want to get out of town really fast because she's undercover. She gets a lot of those stories before they ever break in mainstream.
Now?
What's going on?
GPSs are great. When you're lost, you turn it on your phone, or maybe you have it set up on your dashboard. But now they're also being used to help steal cattle. It's a whole new world on that Wild West frontier. I'll tell you about it, how they stuff it in their truck and they get out of there on Animal Radio News.
I can't wait. Speaking of GPS trackers, we have one in today's basket today from Tag GPS, the pet tracker, as well as HipFlex from Overby Farm, the H2O canine water bottle, dehydrated pumpkin. This is cool. This is if your dog ever has the runs. Is that what it's for, Judy?
Yes, or if they're constipated. You know how your vet says give them canned pumpkin, and then you give them a couple bites, and the can goes to waste. Well, this you just seal it back up.
Also in the basket this week, the Podicure polish pens and the Auric Pure Air candles, a big basket, and we're going to actually have 3 baskets to give away today.
Wow!
You want one? You want some of that stuff?
I'm just kind of thinking about if my Mika gonna get pedicure, what you just mentioned about, it looks a little bit girlish, but a little bit stupid, I think so.
I wouldn't do it on German Shepherd.
It looks so cool.
Oh, yeah.
And with this new pen,
we're not gonna go into that, you know.
Hey, with this new pen, it only takes seconds and it dries so fast. It's so easy to do.
I see you've done Ladybug's nails.
I know, I do them all different colors.
Nails.
Yes. She's red nails
I'll
today.
tell you, Mika says if you do her nails, she's going to disown you.
Oh, you see?
Oh.
Telling you directly there. Yeah.
I'm so glad that I'm just so glad that Joe is around us, because sometimes we tell our pets to do something and, she's just telling, guys, your pet is telling you this and this. It's very cool.
It's funny because we think we know what our pets are thinking, but oftentimes not so. Let's head back to the phones right now at 1-866-405-8405. We go to Scott. Hey, Scott.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing today?
Not too bad. And yourself?
Very good. What's up in your world?
Oh, not too bad. We have 2 miniature Dachshunds, one 9 pounds and one 15. And one of them, the bigger one, we got from a shelter, and she has really bad teeth. Like they didn't take care of it at all when before we got her. And we're wondering if there's anything that can be done. We still, brush the teeth and stuff, but I didn't know if there's anything to get the teeth back to normal. Looks like they're got really bad teeth right now.
Okay, yeah, and dachshunds, I'll say right off of the bat, dachshunds sometimes can really have exaggerated periodontal problems compared to some other breeds, especially little dogs. So if you have a little dog, we really want to jump on dental care very early on. And in your situation there, Scott, if you've adopted and she's kind of not had dental care up till now, we're going to have to start from scratch. And I think the first thing that we need to do is really see about getting a professional dental cleaning. And that's very important because to try to brush teeth on a dog that has advanced dental disease, it's a painful process. So you want to start fresh with healthy teeth. So see your veterinarian, get a cleaning, polishing scheduled, and, see if there's any problem teeth in there that need to come out of there. In many cases, we need to deal with those problems before we can actually get on a good preventative care regimen at home. But you're definitely right to be worried because, we know that dental disease is a big problem, and we know it causes a lot of other health manifestations in the body. And in fact, by the age of 3 years, 85% of all dogs and cats will have some degree of periodontal disease. So it's really a very startling thing, and if you're not making efforts now, it is time. So once you get your dog's teeth cleaned, there are some important things that you can do at home. But again, this is secondary after you get those teeth taken care of at the vet office. And brushing teeth by far is the best thing. If you do it 3 times a week, you're going to have some benefit. Once every 6 weeks when you go to the groomers isn't going to do it. So you want to make sure you use a doggy toothpaste and really start slowly to get your pet used to that brushing sensation. But even if that's not something that your dog will take to, there's some other products out there, oral rinses that you can apply to the gum line. There's additives you add to the water that can actually help prevent plaque accumulation on the teeth. And then, of course, most people know about the treats and the different dental diets out there. And actually, some of them are actually proven to have a benefit. And there is a organization called the Veterinary Oral Health Council, and there's actually a seal of approval that they give to very common dental treats and diets. So some of those things may be another avenue that we can use. And again, once that mouth is clean and we've got a good, healthy starting point to get things started.
There's no substitute for quitting the brushing, but you had mentioned some of the oral care stuff. Of course, a sponsor of Animal Radio is Pets Life Oral Care. They make some good stuff. You might want to check it out. And that'll make it a little bit easier.
Definitely. Well, thanks a lot for your help.
Thanks, Scott, for your call at 1-866-405-8405 to connect with any one of the Dream Team. We've got Dr. Debbie, dog father Joey Villani. What about you, Joey? Have you done your Christmas shopping for your family and your animal yet, or you wait till the last 24 hours?
No, I got a lot of it's done. None for the pets yet. I have to take care of them. They're the ones we spend the most money on, actually.
Yeah.
And that's my next thing I have to do.
Okay. Well, you're like me.
I actually leave it up to my wife.
You wait till the last minute. I kind of pecked you guys as the ones that would get their shopping done in October, but guess not. Also on the way, David Frei. Basket number 4. This is basket number 4. We're giving away 3 today for the 12 Dog Days of Christmas gift basket. That means there's got to be another 6 before next week.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yes, it is. They're great baskets.
This week, let me just tell you what's in this week's basket. Again, they don't let me keep this in the studio to look at it. And
security reasons.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Auric Pure Air Candles.
Those are great.
Podicure Polish Pens by Warren London.
I use that one, too.
The Dehydrated Pumpkin from Digging Your Dog. The H2O Canine Water Bottle. This is cool. I see you using that all the time.
Oh, I use it all the time with Ladybug whenever we go out.
The Hip Flex Joint Supplement from Nature Vet. From Planet Dog, the Orbi Glow Bone. The Tag GPS Pet Tracker. And this is brand new this week.
This is all in one basket?
This is in one basket. Actually, we're going to give away 3 of the same basket today. So you'll get to, if you get any one of the baskets, you'll pick up on this. And remember, there's a couple of ways to win on this. You can go to our Facebook page and like us today, and we'll pick one of the likes, or you can call when we ask you to call in. Stacy, what are you working on?
If you didn't have to go into a store to do shopping and you could send somebody else, like a personal shopper, you could avoid it, right?
Sure.
Especially this time of year. I mean, it's fun because they have all the great sales and everything, and you go, ooh, I'd like to buy that, or I'd like that as a gift. But what if you could send a personal shopper? One that has 4 legs.
Ooh.
There's a guy in China who's trained his dog how to do his shopping for him. I'll tell you about it coming up on Animal Radio News.
I need one of them there dogs.
This is
Animal Radio.
Hi, I'm Steve Garvey, and I'm here with my good friend, actor, and pet food guru, Dick Van Patten.
Hiya, Steve. It's good to see you.
Dick, my 2 dogs have been on your natural balance for years. They love it. They look great. So what's the secret?
It's simple. Our formulas are developed by top nutritionists and based on scientific fact. And then they're made with the best ingredients.
It's just a winning combination.
It is. Just like Russell to Lopes to Garvey.
Thanks for that. Hey, everyone. If you love your pets like I love mine, try Natural Balance.
Why read a newspaper in the age of the internet? Because you take the time to think things through, like your love of animals. You want to know where your voice and donations can be most effective. Animal People is the newspaper for people who care enough about animals to give real thought to how best to help animals. Request your free sample copy at www.animalpeoplenews.org.
If you're a homeowner 62 or older with a fixed or limited income and you're having trouble making ends meet or simply want some financial freedom, I've got some very important information for you. Henry Winkler here, and I want to tell you how One Reverse Mortgage can help you get the financial flexibility you're looking for. Homeowners 62 and older can use the equity from their home to access tax-free cash without having to make a monthly mortgage payment. Use it to pay bills, fix up your home, or simply have more financial security, and you still own your home. Take the next step. Call One Reverse Mortgage now and get your free guide and DVD with no obligation.
800-550-9788. 800-550-9788. 800-550-9788.
One Reverse Mortgage, Equal Housing Lender, Licensed Mortgage Lender, National Mortgage Licensing System number 2052. Not available in all states. Client responsible for maintenance, taxes, and insurance.
Hey, this is Sean Hayes on Animal Radio. Remember to spay and neuter your pets.
Radio, celebrating our connection with our pets. Welcome. Dr. Debbie answering your vet medical questions. Groomer Joy Villani from Animal Planet Dogs 101 with your grooming questions. Joy Turner, she's our animal communicator here. For God's sake, do not call her a psychic. that will send her psycho if you do that. Also, Vladdy, the world famous Russian dog wizard, answering your most vexing dog issues. He's usually the last one you end up seeing because he always solves the problem. And, he doesn't mix a lot of friends.
It's his personality.
Does he or doesn't make a lot of friends? He says it like it is, and I think that's why people listen. I think we all say it just like it is. We don't hide anything, and we don't have any agendas. And that's why we've just been added on to a brand new station. We love it when we get new stations. This is actually an online station. Error FM 4, the talk station. I guess that's the thing with these kids these days. They're getting all their radio online.
Everyone's on the computer all the time now.
Dealy, Bob.
Tweeting and whatever else you do.
We're everywhere
computer.
now. It's even those young kids that are tweeting that tweeter thing. Is that what they call it? Oh, Twitter. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to
blogging and tweeting and all sorts of.
Trying to keep my hiccups down. I got the hiccups. So I'm not speaking. Yes, you do.
So I haven't done my shopping yet. 1 week to go. And 7-Eleven, here I come. For most of my shopping there. Hey, by the way, if you're looking for some great ideas, check out the website at animalradio.com. We have 3 more gift baskets to give away today. And this one includes the Tag Pet Tracker. This is a GPS tracker for your dog. They've made them so small now that you can barely tell that they're a GPS tracker. It looks like a collar.
You can even put them on a cat. That's how small they are.
And so we'll give one of those away in each of the baskets today. I want to give the sponsors a quick plug if we can. Stuff in the basket. You know the people that make the vacuum? Auric? They make candles, pure air candles, and they've given us stuff for the basket. Also, Podicure polished pens from Warren, London. Dehydrated pumpkin from Digging Your Dog. An H2O 4K9 water bottle.
You have such a hard time with that.
I know.
H2O 4K9.
From Overby Farm, Hipflex. From Planet Dog, the Orbi Globo. Okay.
Orbi Tough.
And the Tag GPS, and we reserve the right to add more things to the basket, even after you win it, coming up in just a few minutes.
I know.
You could also win, if you don't get through, you can like us on Animal Radio, or excuse me, at the Facebook page, Animal Radio, and we'll pick one person that liked us today and give them one of the baskets, one of the 12 baskets.
You know, I don't think I even told you guys. We have Santa in the building today.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh. Yeah, so every year at our office, we try to have a courtesy photo shoot with Santa, and we invite our clients to come in, bring their pets, and no charge. They get a lovely Santa photo and
love that.
memory of the
Now, do you try to upsell them while they're there? You know, hey, it's time for that bordetella?
You know what? There's some that come in for that, but it's usually a pretty hectic, busy day in my little office. You know how my front office is. It's tiny.
It is tiny.
So we do try to accommodate Santa and get him taken care of, and if they want to come see us, we'll be happy, but...
Is it true you actually take care of Santa's reindeer? Not a lot of people know this.
Well, you know, they have medical needs, too.
Yeah.
Especially that red nose.
That's a drinking problem, I believe.
Well, we've been talking about respiratory infections a lot. And, you know, a couple weeks ago, I even mentioned to you that my nieces, their guinea pig that we just went out and purchased, we just picked out those favorite pets for them, and one of them was sick.
A sick guinea pig? You mean you bought a sick guinea pig?
Well, that was, you know, Aunt Debbie was supposed to help them find the healthy ones.
What kind of veterinarian Aunt Debbie are you?
You know what? This is a great lesson, though, and it's a great lesson. You can actually try to screen these guys, and they may look and sound healthy, but respiratory infection is so common in these small rodents, and it was noted the next day after we got the little babies acclimated that there was snuffling, snorting, and nasal discharge. But the good news is little Comet is doing better after almost 2 weeks of antibiotics.
Okay, good.
And on the mend. So back to harassing and biting and chasing the other guinea pig.
Yeah, and you know, to be the pet of like a kid, 10 years, how old was your niece?
10 and 11.
10, 11. They're always playing rough with the animals, aren't they?
Well, and one is actually a budding veterinarian, so she's nursing that baby back just wonderfully, so...
Good.
They're girls, Hal. They're more gentle on the animals than little boys.
So. Yeah.
I even had one of my babies had surgery this week here.
Oh, what's going on?
Well, Jade, my oldest Labrador, was I had just done a needle biopsy. She had a little mass on her side. It was pretty small and didn't think much of it. And the needle biopsy came back as a mast cell tumor. And mast cell tumors are what we call the great impersonators when it comes to skin tumors, because they can look like just about anything from a skin wart to something really ugly and aggressive. And for anybody who says, oh, my dog has had that lump for years and years and it's never caused a problem, if you haven't had a lump evaluated, you need to, because in many cases, mast cell tumors can sit there and just kind of fester and not do a lot. And they can actually be quite serious. Some can be malignant. So we fortunately had surgery, removed it, and it was of the less malignant, a stage 1 or grade 1.
Okay.
So it's a great testament. If you have a lump and you don't think it's causing a problem, make sure you just have your vet check it out.
Better be safe than sorry. Is he there? Oh, cool. Okay.
Yes, he is.
Hey, Mark, I'm welcoming back Mark Tuchel. He's a world-renowned author. I'm just proud to say he's a friend of mine. He travels the world in his 40-foot RV with his 5 dogs, an Italian Greyhound, 3 Min Pins, 1 Rat Terrier, Greta, Eva, Dee Dee, Rommel, and my favorite, Beanhead, or Beanie as I call him, doing book signings. Now, is it true there's going to be a book written by the dog's point of view here soon?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it's funny you were talking about dogs being online. I'm always catching my dogs online. Luckily, I've got 2 computers here in the RV, so
you don't have to worry about that.
Up.
Yeah.
They do hog up a lot of bandwidth.
They're watching videos on YouTube, probably cat videos, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. It's been kind of a quiet week with the dogs. Rommel hasn't tried to kill or mount anything.
Good.
So I'm a little surprised.
Good. We had a lot of calls about that last week.
Surprised me. I caught them one night working at the computer. I'm like, what are you guys doing? and I realized they were writing a book called Tales from the Tail, because I got them all off of death row, and they're writing their diaries about what it's like to travel around to come off of a prison cell and to travel around the country with a freakazoid like me. So
that sounds like that's a book
what a
I would
story.
read. Yeah, that's when that book's ready. You just give me a call, and that's the book I want to go after.
And of course, like I said, the dogs are writing it. I'm just kind of helping along with a little bit of the editing.
Are they bad with punctuation? I mean, is there a lot of editing to do?
Well, there's a lot of run-on sentences.
Sure.
But, hey, it's they don't really have that developed prefrontal cortex. So
no. Living Sober Sucks is the book. LivingSoberSucks.com is the website. It's not what you think. Living Sober sucks, but living drunk sucks more is actually the title of the book here. We're not advocating anything whatsoever here. I just want to make sure that's up and out front.
Thank you.
Take care. Okay, we're going to go to the phones and answer your questions at 1-866-405-8405. And let's take a call for Vladi, the world-famous Russian dog wizard. Hi, Frank.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
What's going on with your dog?
Well, every time my wife talks to me or if someone is outside, this dog will bark like you would not believe.
Your dog is probably very jealous. Is it female or male?
It's a male.
Oh, boy. Okay.
He's possessive of me, but the thing is, if someone drives up in the driveway or, on the outside.
I believe it. What, if it was a girl, a female, dog, and you, I would believe it. But this relationship a little bit sounds to me strange. It's a male and male. It's not too often happening. It's a very cross gender is very common. I'm not sure in the human culture. I have to be careful on that. So Judy, don't look at me like that. I know I have to keep my mouth shut.
Yes, be careful.
Yes, but in regarding to the dogs, it's a very, in human, it is a very, very unlikely, the things like this. You really have an interesting situation. Yeah, my dog believes that, she's my wife. So when I'm with my wife, sitting on the couch or in the bed or whatever, my dog can demonstratively turn her butt toward us, or even leave the room. She just doesn't like it at all. But yeah, in your situation, it's very common. Okay, we can accept it, or we can deal with these things. It depends if you feel this is the problem. Tell me, Frank, is it a problem for you? Your dog barks at you if your wife, whatever, is messing with you or something?
No, it's no problem. But the thing is, and then as soon as she starts talking to me, he starts barking. And then I can't do what
I think it's
saying.
a problem. I think it's for me, it would be a problem, Frank. Let me help you to resolve this problem. Well, as usually, Vladi's approach, which is my approach. Sometimes I talk about myself in the third phase. I hope it's okay, senior producer. And my approach is I always like to address the cause, and I would like to attack the symptoms. And it's going to be synergistic double punch approach. So in order to address the
he's barking right now. There's someone outside.
Okay, I wish I would be around. I wish I would be around. Your dog must shut up. He has a too big mouth. Okay, when I talk, everybody needs to be quiet. So here is what I would do if I were in your room. Number one, I would definitely stop him from barking because I have no time for this BS. So what I would do, I would use one of two approaches. I would grab not chair or table. I would grab Pepsi Cola can. If you're in Midwest, you know what the pop can means. I would put 5-6 pennies inside. I'm not going to shake it. I gotta toss it next to him sharply as I make the sound. Push, bam, and that's next to him. It's gonna startle him. People don't send me hate emails because I say the truth as it is. It's nothing about to scare the dog. It's just about startle him into the attention. That's what you will do. Here is what I want you to do. I want you to be the bad cop, and for a while I be your wife, and your wife be a good cop for a while. What I mean by that, I would let my wife to take care of my dog. Really, I would ask my wife to feed my dog. I would ask my wife maybe allow the dog jump on the furniture. Yes, hell, don't look at me like that. Next to her, that's exceptions. Guy is running not under normal circumstance. I would ask my wife to take the dog with her to pick up the milk across the corner, shop, store, whatever you call it in English. So I would create a social bond, but you have to be a little bit bitchy. Right. You have to be like a queen bitch. You have to give the cold shoulder. You should, no touch type of the attitude toward the dog, and basically the only attention dog gets from you a little bit for obedience training. That also would put you and her in the good shape.
Thank you so much for your call today. We appreciate it. 1-866-405-8405 to connect with any one of the Dream Team right now.
This is Jane Lynch on Animal Radio. Please spay and neuter your animal. Spay or neuter. Let me say that again. You don't want to do both. Let me say it again. Can I do that?
You can do whatever you want.
Oh, God bless. I'm going to try it one more time. Hi, this is Jane Lynch on Animal Radio. Please spay or neuter your animal. I'm barely holding it together.
You're awesome.
This is an Animal Radio News Update brought to you by Pets Life Oral Care. Now there's a healthy and natural solution to prevent oral disease in your pet with no brushing required.
I'm Stacy Cohen for Animal Radio. Well, when you lose your pet, you'll do almost anything to help find it. I would do almost anything, except, you know what? If my pets were missing, my dogs, I would check my neighbors first to see if they had them duct taped in their basement or something. Because my dogs bark a little bit. But they're getting better because they're using this collar that's keeping them quiet. A California woman's hoping that showing a little skin is going to help her find her missing dog. According to NBCSanDiego.com, Arlene Moss Corona was wearing a bikini as she stood next to the road holding a poster of her missing Chihuahua. The University of California San Diego student says she's tried everything to find her dog, adding that a worker at her apartment complex says he saw somebody actually take the dog. She said that if her dog was stolen, the individual responsible is probably a little afraid to bring it back because she's gotten so much publicity. She's tried everything to find her dog. She called the pound. She even got a hold of a pet psychic. The only other option was to wear her bikini in the 50-degree weather and not eat until she finds the dog. Neither of those would work for me. Not an option. She did list her phone number and multiple pictures of her dog on her sign, but so far, no yapping. That dog has not come home. Some dogs bring their owner a newspaper or their slippers. This one goes a little farther, even does the shopping. A man in China trained his dog to do the grocery shopping by taking a shopping list, money in a basket, to the shops. The owner says he started off by taking the dog shopping with him and getting it to carry the bags home. Then it progressed to just going shopping on his own. Here's the real trick. If you can get that dog to bring a steak back without touching it or smelling it, we'll know that dog is trained. What's a circus without an elephant? The parent company of Ringling Brothers and Barnum & Bailey Circus. I know it's a touchy subject, but I still like to see an elephant get on its hind legs and put its trunk in the air. Okay? Barnum & Bailey Circus said that they have agreed to settle U.S. government claims that its handlers had mistreated animals. Feld Entertainment, which for years has been criticized by animal activists for their treatment of elephants, is not admitting any wrongdoing, but they are going to be paying a $270,000 civil penalty. That's the largest ever slapped against an exhibitor under the Federal Animal Welfare Act. PETA's complaints against Ringling Brothers with regard to crippled elephants, the death of a baby elephant, the beating of other elephants, and the killing of a lion go back several years and have resulted in the biggest fine in circus history. What they need to do is, you know how that elephant will take the skinny girl and then put its trunk around it and it just lays there? Planks. It planks in an elephant trunk. That's what that woman needs to do to get her dog back. Just get in a trunk and see if that works. I'm Stacy Cohen. Get more animal breaking news at animalradio.com.
This has been an Animal Radio News Update brought to you by Pets Life Oral Care. Our pets can show signs of oral disease by age 3. Pets Life is the healthy and natural solution with no brushing required. Visit petslife.com. That's pets with a Z.com. Did you know that 80% of dogs show signs of oral disease by age 3, and the cost to fix these issues can be up to $1,000? Now there's a healthy, natural, and affordable solution, and no brushing is required. Pets Life Oral Care breaks down the plaque and tartar that leads to gum disease and bad breath. To avoid those large vet bills and keep your pet healthy, call 888-453-4682. That's 888-453-4682. Or visit petslife.com. That's pets with a Z.com.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more at animalradio.com. Log on. Learn more.
Hi, this is Jenna Fisher on Animal Radio. Please spay and neuter your animals.
I said, really, this music? We can come up with something better.
Hey, I'm just glad he's not playing the holiday music.
Yeah.
Guido, thank you so much. Every station in town seems to be playing.
I think I'd rather listen to holiday music than that. That's not my kind of
Judy's
music.
in sort of a bad mood today.
I'm not. I'm just making a comment. I don't care for the music.
I think the pressure's on.
I'm
being
cracking.
It's licking all those envelopes.
It's the glue from the envelopes.
The cheap glue.
Wasn't there a Seinfeld episode where the girl died? She was for wedding envelopes. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what's going on.
Okay. Hey, listen, we have another gift basket to give away in just a few minutes, and you wanted me to mention this because you think it's stupid that people have to call in to get the address for the pet drug card. So grab a pen and paper right now, okay? This is really, really simple.
Say it slowly, Hal, because people don't understand you.
Some of these envelopes come addressed to cities that this isn't.
Yeah, amazing that they get here.
It is a free card. If you want it, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Animal Radio Network, the Pets and People Drug Card. That's 699 Paula Street. 699 Paula Street in Morro Bay. This is the one that they always have trouble with, right?
2 words.
Morro, M-O-R-R-O, Bay, B-A-Y, California, 93442.
Yes.
93442. And you can actually call Judy and ask her at 1-866-405-8405.
That'd be easier after Hal trying to give that address.
Hey, if you don't have internet access, frankly, I mean, you're in a minority if you didn't know that.
Oh boy,
I know I'm in that. I didn't think it was going to take off, really. Internet, email, Amazon, eBay,
Google.
I just discovered
Facebook.
eBay, by the way. Oh, is he here? Well, let's not waste any more of his time. Angel on a Leash author David Frei, we welcome back to the show. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Very good. Hey, listen.
Thanks for introducing me with the Doors music instead of Who Let the Dogs Out, as long as we're talking about music. I hear Who Let the Dogs Out every call, every radio show I do.
Yeah. Well, so now, I guess 18 million viewers checked out the Purina Dog Show on Thanksgiving.
How about that? It was just amazing. I mean, and that's pretty much what it's been over the 10 years, is 18 to 20 million every year. This year, we were concerned that it was going to be a little off because for the first time in a lot of years, and God bless the Detroit Lions, but they don't normally give us a real competitive game to be up against. This year, however, the Lions are having a good year, and they were playing the unbeaten Green Bay Packers. So we held against them. We had our same rating, same audience as the year before. So it's a lot of people watching the dog show.
It's a tradition in my house.
I think that's probably the one time a year that picture-in-picture, that feature on television is used the most, because I had you on the right-hand side, the game on the left-hand side, and of course I keep your volume up, and the game I could pretty much understand. So tell us now about the new book, Angel on a Leash, which of course is the whole program that you've designed. It's an assistance dog program.
Well, it's a therapy dog organization called Angel on a Leash that we started at Westminster as a charitable activity for the Westminster Kennel Club, and it got so big so quickly that we made it into its own 501c3, which I'm blessed to be the founder and president of. We advocate for therapy dogs and therapy dog programs in healthcare facilities all over the country, and when it came time for me to write a book about my therapy dog adventures, my second book, the title just naturally followed. So the book is also entitled Angel on a Leash, and it's really a collection of stories about my adventures in therapy dogs and other people's adventures, and I just think that anytime we can do that, not only for the patient but for the parents, it really is what therapy dogs are all about.
Yeah, it's great to see these kids smile, because oftentimes their life, they have cancer, they have leukemia, they have all kinds of life, threatening diseases, that it's not a happy life.
Hey, David, does the dog seem to understand their role in all this, what they're basically doing, making people happy, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the dogs can walk into the room and they can immediately pick out the person or the child who is the most needy. And it's amazing sometimes to see that happen, but the dogs really do have a feel for it.
David Frei doing great work. The book called Angel on a Leash, and I'm going to put a few copies in the baskets that we give away today, because it is such a great book, again, heartwarming for the holidays. You can get it at your bookstore, or you can order it online at Amazon.com, and I understand it's doing pretty well.
It is. It's had a great response, and obviously it's a great time of year to have something out like that. The Barnes & Noble people are being very supportive by having it on their new arrivals table. And
good.
we're doing a lot of book signings around the country. I'm going to Orlando for the AKC Dog Show in 2 weeks.
Now, who's that in the background there?
That's Grace. She wants to play with her hedgehog and wonders why I'm paying attention somewhere else instead of to her. Grace is my 2-year-old Brittany, who is carrying on as a therapy dog for my 2 Brittany's, Ty and Belle, who have passed in the last couple of years. And then I have my wonderful Cavalier Angel.
Yes. Awesome. If you've finished your Christmas shopping and you have a little extra cash left over and you're looking for a great organization to throw that money towards, Angel on a Leash. And what is the website where people...
Well, the website is angelonaleash.org, and we are in about 10 or 12 facilities around the country, including the Morgan Stanley Children's Hospital here, the Ronald McDonald House here, Ronald McDonald House on the campus at St. Jude in Memphis. We're in the Fisher House on the VA hospital in Houston. We're at Providence Hospitals in Portland. We're a lot of different places and working small miracles and doing good things every day.
Great. I'm going to let Grace obviously needs to go play with you. Thank you so much for taking time on your Saturday to join us.
Al and Judy, thanks a lot for having me, and happy holidays to you and all your listeners.
Back at you. Take care. Okay, give Grace a big old hug. This portion of Animal Radio is brought to you by Pet Stay, a unique program for guests and their four-legged friends, available at Flamingo, Bally's and Harrah's Resorts in Las Vegas. Pet Stay includes the food and water dish, sleeping mat, dog treats, and specialty room service. Find more details at Caesars.com/PetStay Las Vegas.
You know, we tracked my dog there once. We stayed there once. Now the dog keeps going back. We got one of these GPS tracking devices that we keep talking about. And the dog was at the crap table, but he didn't know the crap table was for gambling. So, we had a little bit of a problem.
You ought to get a Las Vegas act. You'd be good.
Great.
Tonight in Las Vegas, the Nutcracker. Through the 30th is the eggnog, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we began a little early, okay? The Paris Theater at Paris, Las Vegas.
I've never seen the Nutcracker.
You've never seen the Nutcracker?
Oh, no. God, please. I've seen it so many times being a stagehand. We call it the ball breaker. You know, it's usually a tough one when you're a stagehand on holiday time. But it's good, I guess, if you're in the audience.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah, well, we can bring the dog, head on out to Las Vegas, check out the Imperial Palace or the Planet Hollywood or Harrah's or Flamingos or Bally's or Rio or Caesar's Palace. Bring your dog and check out the Nutcracker in Las Vegas. Thanks, guys. Pet Stay sponsors Animal Radio, and we're damn proud of it.
Concierge Desk, this is Amanda. Yes, I can recommend a great place for a walk.
Imperial Palace and Rio in Las Vegas are rolling out 4-star treatment for our four-legged friends. Our new Pet Stay program includes in-room accommodations for up to 2 dogs, food and water dishes, sleeping mat, dog treats, specialty room service menus, and more. The dog days are here. Book your stay at Caesars.com/PetStay Las Vegas or call 800-427-7247.
When I went looking for a quality allergen-free dog food for Roscoe, a friend told me about Canine Caviar. Being a born skeptic, I examined every ingredient and most importantly, made sure it drove our dog's taste buds crazy. Here's the lowdown. Canine Caviar is holistic, allergen-free, with raw dehydrated meats, herbs, fish oil, and flaxseed for health and joint support. Good food for Roscoe from a company I can trust. Ask your pet store for Canine Caviar. Learn more at caninecaviar.com.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-850-4516. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats whether they run or not. Donate your vehicle and you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-850-4516. That's 1-800-850-4516. 1-800-850-4516.
It's Animal Radio. Let's take one for animal communicator Joy Turner. And we have, is it Dan? Hey, Dan, welcome to the show.
Yeah. Hi, thanks. I always enjoy your show. You guys are always so helpful and joyful.
Thank you.
What can I do for you today, Dan?
Well, Joy, I don't know if you got my email, but I'm interested in contacting a former pet of mine named Jake.
Yes, the bird.
Yes. Did you see his little video?
I did, actually.
So
it's very...
I just hadn't been able to stop thinking about him. He was such a good example of how to deal with an infirmity, and he always kept his sense of humor and everything up until the day he died. He just died so peacefully. So I want to see, how he's doing and how he remembers his time with me.
Oh, I absolutely do. He has so been sitting in my head waiting for you to talk to him. He's very cheerful. He's very perky. He's very happy. He makes all kinds of sounds. He says to tell you it was the most wonderful ever. He's very delighted.
He so loved Penny.
He so loved you. He thought that you guys were just like, if we were using current slang, he says we would say the bomb.
Yeah, he was, and he was such a good mate for Penny.
He thinks they got along marvelously, and actually that whole abuse thing gave them something to bond about, and he just thinks his life with you was so incredibly perfect. He couldn't imagine it being any better. He says, and he wants you to know he is so fine now. He shows me dancing all around and flying.
Good. Is he anywhere near Penny? Do they still have any contact?
Oh, they're together, yes.
And about the video, that so many people really love his video.
Yeah, he wasn't sure about that. I'll have to tell him to stick with me here after the show, and I'll pull it up again from my email, and I'll let him watch it through my eyes so he can understand better about it.
Yeah, because it's helped other people understand birds.
And he is so thrilled. He did get the idea that it's something about teaching people, and he loves being an example that he can be used to help somebody else understand their bird better, because he thinks even people who love birds a lot of them don't have a very good understanding about their birds.
Yeah, I think that's true, too.
So
well, thank
he's
you, Joy.
just
That's the main thing, just to reassure and to let him know that I think about him every day.
He says he gets all those thoughts.
Good.
Think about him. He gets it. And so does Penny, he says.
Yes, I think about her a whole lot, too. She was such a darling little girl.
And she just popped in very softly and said, hello.
Thank you very much for your show, and thank you, Joy.
You're welcome, Dan.
With birds, usually you're passing before the bird is.
I noticed. I was thinking that.
Dogs or cats, horse or emu, animals are people too. The Danish Air Force paid about $5,000 to Santa Claus after his reindeer died of a heart attack when 2 fighter jets roared over his farm. Olavi Nikonov, not the real Santa Claus of course, said his reindeer Rudolph, not the real Rudolph, just a helper, died after the screaming F-16 jets flew at low altitude. Nikonov wrote to the Air Force, who compensated him for the loss of the reindeer and some vet expenses. Unlike the real Santa, Nikonov had only 2 reindeer and now has only 1, so he'll use the money to replace Rudolph. No word if his reindeer can fly or if the Air Force is preparing for any coal deliveries. I'm Britt Savage for Animal Radio. Animals are people too. Animal Radio.
Animal Radio is brought to you by SeniorPetProducts.com. As your best friend settles into middle age and shows signs of slowing down, SeniorPetProducts.com is there to help your senior pets live to the fullest with thousands of products for the life of your pet. SeniorPetProducts.com.
It's Animal Radio, you lucky dog. You're stuffing more envelopes there for the drug card, I noticed, Judy, today. A lot of requests for that.
A lot of requests. It's a great card. Everybody should have one.
She's talking, of course, about the Pets and People drug card from Animal Radio. And this will afford you a 15 to 55% discount from all of your uninsured drugs. This includes not only your pet's drugs, but your drugs. If you're uninsured, you don't have medical coverage that covers your meds, you can use this card and get 15 to 55% off. It's a free card, by the way, so you might as well go ahead and print it out right now from our website at animalradio.com. Hit the link that says free Pets and People drug discount card. Even if you're not taking a prescription now, this card never expires. It's good forever, so you can print it out now and use it next year when you need to get some medications. You have the flu and you need to go get those meds and you don't have insurance. This will help you. Or if you have animals that take medications, of course, they don't have insurance. So go ahead, print out the card free from animalradio.com. If you can't get onto that internet thingy, and frankly, folks, I didn't think it was going to take off either, right? You can go ahead and send us a self-addressed stamped envelope. And you can call us toll-free at 1-866-405-8405 to get that address, and we'll send you these cards to you. the Pets and People drug discount card from Animal Radio. And Judy says Tony's on the phone for Dr. Debbie. Hey, Tony.
Hey there, how are you today?
Good, what's going on?
I have a cat. I have an exotic short-haired, and I got this little girl from a breeder. She sold it real cheap. The reason being is part of her face, I guess it has something to do with her nostrils and her nose, makes her where she constantly has a runny nose, and when she sneezes, I mean, she'll literally sling mucus all over the place. She said that there really wasn't nothing that could be done, but some vets have said that, there could be surgeries or antibiotics or something. I was wondering if I could get an idea from what you would think if you've seen this before.
Oh, gosh, yes. And I have to say, I love exotic short hairs, but they don't like me. I am very allergic to the breed, along with some different other exotic short hair breeds. They just make me itchy, sneezy, so I start blowing snot all over the place. But as far as for kitties that do this, and, you mentioned Persians and some of the exotic short-haired breeds, they definitely can have a propensity for chronic rhinitis, some eye discharge, and some degree of that can be normal. However, I usually characterize those kitties as the ones having just a little bit of just the brown to mucousy eye boogers and nose boogers. If we've actually got snot, and snot is, in my book, equals green or a boogery kind of consistency, then we really have more of an infection component or a rhinitis that's going on. So we may very well have some kind of a chronic viral and or bacterial infection. And we know that actually 90% of the cases of kitties with these respiratory snuffly cases, they're generally viral, which means that they can come and go, can be a chronic problem, can actually be worsened at certain times in their life when they're stressed, they're nervous, other things are going on in their kitty life. So it may not be that there's nothing that can be done, but it may mean that you need to look at what you can do to help control her symptoms and to try to help things out. So I definitely, if I hear someone say, "Oh, we just can't do anything to help out my kitty," I like to make sure that that's truly the fact. And I think there could be some things done for your baby. Just depends on how well we can control that. And it is a battle. And there are some cats. I've had cases where kitties with chronic snuffling cases where they're blowing boogers all over the walls, we do our best to manage that, make them as comfortable as possible. And some kitties, it means long-term antibiotics. Sometimes we'll put them on antivirals or even things like lysine that can help with the herpes virus that is very common in these kitties.
That would help with the cat symptoms?
It can. The great majority of these kitties have a viral infection. And of those, 90% of those infections are actually due to herpes virus and calicivirus, which kind of have that waxing and waning course. So lysine is one thing that can help disrupt herpes virus replication in animals as well as people. So we can supplement with that. And there's treats, there's pastes, and all sorts of things like that we can use. Also, sometimes, these antibiotics we'll use on a long-term basis for kitties, and we find a low dose of something that can actually help, maybe control things. And for some kitties, I like to look at whether or not we've done some diagnostics, because I've had some cats where we can't get a handle on things, and they can actually develop little polyps, little kind of growths in the back of the throat or in the sinus passage. And they can even have where the cartilage just gets so diseased after a lifetime of all this snuffling and discharge and so forth, that the cartilage in the nose actually gets kind of dead, or what we call necrotic, and it actually has to be cleaned out with surgery. So there's a lot that can be done. It just kind of depends on establishing where your particular kitty is, and that might mean if you haven't had her to a vet yet, to check that out. I would definitely recommend you do that. Let them take a good look, a listen, maybe run some basic lab work, and try some of the routine therapies, an antibiotic, an antiviral, maybe a lysine supplement. For some people, if you're really good and your cat's really accepting, you can do nasal flushes. But it's not for everyone, because the scratches can be immense for some cats with having that done. There's even some nice anti-inflammatories and antihistamines we'll use with cats, but I think we just got to make that step, get to the vet, and let's try getting her on at least some management tools that you can do at home, whether they're eye drops, medications, or even things like humidity that we can add to her environment to help allow her to bring up those snots a little bit more effectively with less irritation. And we're getting into cold flu season here, so this is probably a great thing for anyone who's suffering through this. And I know I just went through a respiratory infection myself. It really sucks. So definitely, I can't urge you enough to get that baby into the vet. At least get a basic plan of how we can help her with some medicine.
Thanks for your call, Tony. 1-866-405-8405 to connect with the Dream Team. And you're saying, who's that Dream Team? It's the first time I've ever heard this show. Jeez, welcome. We're going to be getting into our 11th year next year.
Wow.
Dr. Debbie is answering your vet medical questions. Groomer Joey Villani, animal communicator Joy Turner, and Vlade, the world-famous Russian dog wizard. Anyway, if you have a question during the week, you can send us an email or call the toll-free lines 1-866-405-8405 during the week. All of our individual addresses over at the website at animalradio.com. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook.
Back to you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
This is Animal Radio
Network.